Is it a good idea to buy an RTX 4070 Ti Super for 1440p gaming? Let's use this MSI RTX 4070 Ti Super Gaming X Slim graphics card to find out. But first, let's have a good look at it. This is a 2.5 slot GPU, so just barely thicker than the normal 2 slots. Very nice cooler indeed. This should keep the GPU nice and cool. I think this is a pretty good looking graphics card. Check it out. I assume the logo will light up when we plug the power in. This card comes with one of those new 12-pin power connectors. You just need one of those to power this GPU. And have a look at this. It's got a metal backplate, but also a huge cutout to make sure that there's a lot of airflow going through here, cooling the GPU. We'll actually test it out, what kind of temperatures we'll get, and also I'll check if there's any noise. Let's swap it into the PC and play some games. Here's what it looks like when installed. Check it out. Ties in well with this all black build. There's also a GPU holder bracket that comes in the box with it, but I decided not to install it on this occasion because it appears to be doing fine for now. In terms of specifications, this PC is equipped with an i7-14700KF CPU, 32GB of DDR5 5600 memory on the MSI Z790 Tomahawk motherboard. This particular gaming PC has been built by CyberPower PC. I will leave the links in the description below, just in case if you are interested in buying one yourself, or if you just want to get the PC parts necessary to build one yourself. My fellow gamers, discover Salad, the vibrant computer sharing community that lets you recoup some of your gaming setup costs. If you have an RTX 3090 graphics card or better, unlock the potential to become a Salad Power user and earn up to $180 per month in rewards, such as games, gift cards, subscriptions to your favorite services, as well as other epic loot. Contribute to global computing projects, such as AI processing, during your gaming downtime by firing up the Salad app and turning your computer into a cash-generating powerhouse. Click the link in the description to get started now. Let's start our testing with Palworld. I have plenty of other games lined up, but this one will be the first. So we are on Epic preset, 1440p resolution. DLSS is turned off. Let's take a look at the performance. Yeah, this is way overkill. We're getting 130, 140 FPS. This is just insane. I mean, at this point, I would just cap it at 120, just to make sure that the GPU, it doesn't work more than it needs to. Let's go and enter a fight, because what I'm looking for is just consistent 120. That will be very nice indeed. That monstrosity right there will do nicely. Let's fight him. Yep, the performance is still good. So there you go. At this point, I don't even think we need to turn on DLSS, because this performance is just way too good. But just out of curiosity, let's do it. Oh, actually, hold on. There is no pause in this game. I need to get away from this thing first. It is coming to get me. All right, let's enable DLSS quality and see if that does anything to the FPS. Oh, 170. That is a lot. And the GPU is working overtime with, it's like consuming 250 watts. The way I would go about it is probably just cap the FPS at 120, and then we can even leave the DLSS on, because we need some sort of AA anyways, so might as well use DLSS for that. The GPU won't have to work as hard. But even if you don't want DLSS enabled, then we can still disable that with the 120 FPS cap. And still, that FPS cap does the job. However, The GPU is consuming 50 to 40 watts more. Personally, I've been playing this game with DLSS set to quality mode because it does look good. I've played this game for many hours now, and I couldn't tell the difference between native and DLSS quality. Let's move on to the next game. This is Starfield, and we are in one of the most demanding areas of the game. The graphics are set to Ultra, and DLSS is disabled. Well, it's on DLAA, so that's your AA, not the actual DLSS. And have a look. Even in this area, we are getting consistent 60 plus FPS. Let's see if the FPS will actually drop below 60. Oh, I see 56 there, but that was like very brief. Let's actually go out and see what the performance is like when you're on a mission. This is your standard mission kind of scenario, a layer of the mantis, and even in this open area we're still getting close to 100 FPS, but in a closed area the FPS goes way above 100, so 120 here. Let's just blow some stuff up. Oh my god, that was way too much. I did not expect that to happen. But okay, yeah, so you see, even at native resolution, no DLSS necessary, this graphics card is producing crazy performance. So if you have a 1440p high refresh rate monitor, then you can play AAA titles on ultra quality without an issue. However, if you want to reach even higher FPS, then let's turn on DLSS and have a look how that will help. Let's set it to quality. There we go. 120 in here. So we received another double-digit boost in FPS. Oh, 165. That is actually the hertz of my monitor. I'm not sure, like, can we even go above that? Yeah, 166. I thought that for some reason maybe this game would cap the FPS at my monitor's refresh rate, but no, it's fine. It's unlocked completely. Let's jump back into the city and have a look at the performance there, because I'm curious, like, sometimes we got dips below 60, so maybe playing using DLSS quality mode will resolve this issue. And yes, indeed, the issue is resolved. So with this kind of performance, you can bet that you are not going to see the FPS drop below 60 no matter the scenario. Yeah, even 1% lows are above 60 right now, so that is very good. And to be honest with you, in this game in particular, DLSS looks pretty good to my eye. Just for the curiosity's sake, let's enable Frane Generation as well. I'm just curious to see what kind of performance we can get here. Oh my god, yeah, that is that is over 120 FPS in the city. This is insane, and it actually looks pretty good. You know what? I think I would just play it like this. Yeah, high FPS even in the most demanding scenarios. Let's jump back into a mission and see what the FPS is like there with Frame Generation enabled and DLSS on quality mode. Oh yes, I think we are CPU bound at this point, because, or actually, hold on, no. This area was more demanding. Let's get in here. And yeah, we're definitely CPU bound, because we're stuck at 167 FPS, whereas previously I had 165 when I was near this wall. Yeah, this is crazy. On to the next game. Let's get some frags in CS2. We are using high preset. There we go, that's our first one. Let's get it. Oh, yeah, the performance is very smooth. Let's try to get some deagle kills. Bam. There we go. Yeah, the performance is just crazy good. It's like over 300 FPS and 1% lows are at 160. So that is very nice indeed. I don't know, I don't even think I can ask for more than this. This is plenty good for a high refresh rate monitor. This is Hogwarts Legacy, and let's start our testing with the most demanding settings of all. We are at native resolution, so no DLSS, no frame generation. Ray tracing is set to Ultra. Take a look. Global preset is set to Ultra, and ray tracing is on Ultra. And the performance is far from ideal, so we're getting something like 40, 50, 55, sometimes 60 FPS. In this particular area of the game. This is Hogsmeade, very demanding. So it appears even at 1440p, the 4070 Ti Super does require help of DLSS and frame generation to make sure that you have a very pleasant gaming experience, at least 60 plus FPS. So let's enable those and have a look at how that will change our experience. Let's start with just DLSS quality, no frame generation for now. The performance is slightly better, but still, I've seen 46 FPS just then. So it's not perfect. Yeah, it appears that DLSS quality is not doing much for the FPS. So let's try enabling frame generation. Frame generation is on, and this is much better. I mean, it's even too good. Have a look at this, 100 plus FPS. The game feels very smooth and the experience is pleasant. I can see myself playing this game like this. The overall picture quality looks good. I can't spot any issues while I'm just walking around, running around. But I'm pretty sure that if we start pixel peeping, then we'll find issues with this technology. But I'm telling you, if you just run around, play the game, you're not gonna see any problems. Because even like problems with the UI that were present when the game first came out, those problems are not there anymore. I'm curious, what will happen if we disable frame generation, if we disable DLSS, set it back to DLAA, and then reduce the ray tracing to high. Let's go. 45 FPS here. I don't know, there appears to be something wrong with the performance in this particular area. Sometimes it just drops like that. But in other areas, like this one here, for example, we're getting 80 plus, 70 plus FPS, and the game looks good. With ray tracing. More realistic lighting, it's nice to have. But the performance, on the other hand, is not that great. So I would not play it like this. It is kind of weird that, you know, this is a very powerful GPU and it still can't run ray tracing even on high, not even ultra. My conclusion is, if you want to play this game with ray tracing enabled, you will have to use DLSS and frame generation to have a good time. But as I said, I did enjoy that experience, so I don't see an issue with that. Have a look at this beautiful performance. No ray tracing, no DLSS, no frame generation, just good old rasterization. Over 100 FPS in Hogsmeade? Yes, please. And if you want to walk around inside of the castle, it is still beautiful. Even without ray tracing, this game looks amazing and the performance is lovely. Have a look at that. 120 FPS. And here we are during the daytime when all the students are out. I actually didn't notice that everyone was missing. As you can see, during the daytime the performance is even better for some reason. We're getting close to 140, 150 FPS sometimes. You can lock your FPS at 120 and have a good time. Let's play a match of Rainbow Six Siege. What I've done is 1440p and the settings are just ultra, but what I did was I moved the render scaling to 100 to get a clearer image. So let's take a look at the FPS, and it is way more than you need, really. At this point I would definitely limit the FPS because it's just way too much. Yeah, the performance is great. Even if you have like a 240 Hz monitor, it will be plenty enough. Too many spikes. Let me try and get this frag. Okay, I'll cover. Yes, good job, good job. Alright, well, there you have it. The performance is more than enough to enjoy this game at 1440p. You definitely want to limit that FPS to make sure that you know, the gameplay is smoother. At least that's what I would do. Let's take a look at Cyberpunk. This is the poster child for all ray tracing and DLSS features. What I want to start is with Ray Tracing Ultra preset. It says custom here because I've changed DLSS to NVIDIA DLAA, so that's actually DLSS turned off, as well as I've changed some things around, like I've disabled motion blur, but everything else apart from that is from that preset, Ray Tracing Ultra, which is one of the, it's like almost the highest preset. The one after that is just Overdrive. So let's have a look at how the game performs on this preset at 1440p. And this is one of the most demanding areas of the game. And yeah, I mean, it's fine, it's playable. The game looks beautiful, but to be honest with you, I definitely want more FPS. 40 plus is just not enough. Not when you pay over $800 for a graphics card. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean that. Alright, let's see. Is the performance going to get any worse? No, 45, 46. Over here on the highway is 50 plus. Yeah, I could play like this because the first time I played this game was actually like this, 50 plus FPS at 1080p, and I enjoyed it, but not when you spend that much on a graphics card. So we definitely have to do something about it. And the only thing we can do is enable DLSS. So let's set that to quality. Did that help? Yes, indeed, that helped a lot. Check it out. We're getting 90 plus FPS. Okay, I like this a lot more. So just by switching on DLSS quality, we are getting a very pleasant experience indeed. Check this out. Over 60 FPS, and just to be sure that we still have that enabled, so ray tracing is enabled, the lighting is on ultra. The only thing I changed was DLSS quality. I could play this game like this, and ray tracing in this game looks amazing, in my opinion. But if you're curious what will happen if we enable frame generation, then here we go. It is enabled, same settings otherwise, and oh my god, yes, yes, oh, this is so much smoother. I'm playing this on a 165 Hz display, and I could tell the difference right away. This is so much nicer. Yeah, definitely. If you are going to play this game with the ray tracing enabled, then this is the way to go, I think. DLSS quality and frame generation enabled. And let's take a look, like jump into the car and have a look if we are going to have any issues with image quality when we're moving faster. Nah, it looks fine. It does look fine. At least to my eyes. Okay, there you have it. let's try something else. This time around, I just want to try something out of the ordinary. So maximum preset, no DLSS at all, and no frame generation. So that enables path tracing, which is very demanding. Other than that, everything is on ultra. Let's go. Oof, this setting. I think you need an RTX 4090 to actually play this game on this setting at 1440p, because this is absolutely terrible. Not playable at all. But let's enable frame generation and DLSS quality mode to have a look if that will help. Okay, it helps. This is actually playable. So bizarre. We have 25 FPS. Some reflections look, I think they look worse than previously. And the image quality, it's not as good. I mean, I think it's because we have so few real frames, it doesn't look as good with frame generation enabled. It is still playable, don't get me wrong, but there's just like auras sometimes around characters. Something just feels off. Still, if you're just running around, messing stuff up, shooting, fighting, I don't think you'll notice. So Overdrive feature on this graphics card at 1440p is still an option. It is on the table. But next, let's disable all the ray tracing features and just do good old rasterization, native resolution. Frame generation disabled. Yeah, surprisingly, on ultra preset, without ray tracing, the performance is still not that great. 50 plus FPS, it's not what I expect. And that is why, my friends, most people do not enable ultra preset. It is much better to enable high and then just use DLAA, and suddenly, just like that, the performance goes from 50 plus to 90 plus, even 100 sometimes. Yeah. And the game doesn't look that different. I honestly can't tell the difference between ultra and high. But the performance is much smoother. Like the picture quality, the experience is so nice. And because we don't have any of the upscaling or frame generation tech, everything is just very clear. All the characters are clear. I can see everything very well in a distance. I'm just curious, can we actually reach 165 FPS to max out my monitor's refresh rate? Let's enable DLSS quality. That is not enough, but we're getting closer. Let's enable frame generation. And there we go. Over 200 FPS. This is insane. I mean, it just looks so fluid. This is insane. I mean, I probably would just limit the FPS to 165 and play the game like this. I don't even need ray tracing. I just need high FPS. Even in this area, where we had a lot less FPS, now we're getting close to 200. That's madness. Alright, this is Fortnite. I chose Epic preset for the graphics. We're using DirectX 11. We're getting close to 100 FPS. But still, for this kind of game, I think we should aim for at least 120 FPS. So we definitely need to change some settings and possibly switch from Epic down to high and see how that performs first. Render resolution to 100. It's getting close to 120 FPS. Oh, there is someone there. I'm kind of low on ammo. I still need to loot up. There we go. This is a pretty good experience already. I would say that 120 FPS feels nice. However, let's go even further than that and reduce the quality to medium. For example, if you have a 240 Hz monitor, 1440p, then you probably want your FPS to be close to 240. And medium preset actually looks decent. The performance is close to 200, but I think to take advantage of that 240 Hz monitor at 1440p, you still need to use low quality preset. And let's try that now. Actually, 3D resolution. Let's try 100 first. 3D rendering, I mean. Yeah, even on low, we can't get that consistent 240. I believe then we are going to have to trust the game on that and just allow it to use 3D resolution at 50%. Let's check it out. Yes. Okay. This is it. This is it. Now I can tell you that we're getting above 300 FPS. I don't think I should rush, but just for the sake of this video. Alright, we got some nice loot. I'll take that. Alright, I think this is the way to go. If you have a 240 Hz monitor, then you still have to play on low settings, no matter what. If you want to get competitive, that's the way to go. But if you don't want to do that and you want to play with all the eye candy enabled on Epic, you still can. And you'll get close to 100 FPS, which is nice. Ah yes, the glorious Battlefield 2042. Let's take a look. What we've got. 1440p, Ultra preset, DLSS off, and the ray traced ambient occlusion off as well. Let's take a look at the performance. I've got to change that to a scope. Okay, that's our guys. Let's capture this real quick, cover all angles. Yeah, the performance is really good. We're getting above 150 FPS. On to the next point. Alright, I wonder, what will happen if we try to enable ray-traced ambient occlusion? Does it require a restart of the game? Apparently not. And the performance has dropped by a little bit, but still, we're getting above 120 FPS. But ideally, we do want more FPS. So, what I'll do next is disable the ray-traced ambient occlusion and drop the graphics preset down to high. Let's see how that treats us. 150. Oh, no. Where's it? Oh, there's a tank there. Hold up. Ah, he got me. He got me good. Got him. Got him. Ah, and they got me. Okay, yeah, this is much better. For my 165 Hz monitor, this is much better. And the game still looks amazing on this preset. But let's say that you have a 240 Hz monitor. Let's drop it down to medium to reclaim a little bit more performance. And we are getting closer to 200, but still not quite there just yet. We're close. Oh, I think I can take care of this. Boom. Have some of that. Oh, no. Ah, they got me. We'll take this opportunity to drop the settings even lower. So we are on low now. Let's say we want to get real sweaty in Battlefield and really get as close as possible to that 240 Hz experience. And there we go. This is actually really close to 240 Got him. Still need to practice a little bit with my recoil control. It's not good. Oh, there's so many of them there. I don't think I can handle that, but I'll try. I'll try. Where are they? Oh. No, that's a sniper. I cannot compete with that. Grenade. Out. Yes. Alright. Yeah, this is actually quite good. I mean, we are close to 240. There you have it. On to the next game. In Red Dead Redemption 2, we are at 1440p. Favor quality all the way to the right. DLSS is disabled. We are in Strawberry. There's a river here, which is quite taxing on the GPU, especially the higher quality graphics settings. But yeah, check it out. It is very enjoyable indeed. Over 100 FPS when we're going through town. Oh yes. This game is gorgeous. I still can't believe like how good it looks so many years later. And I am getting back into it. I still haven't finished the story. And I am looking forward to actually playing this game because it's one of those games where I can actually relax. Oh my god, no, I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to get out of the way of that carriage. Alright. However, if you want to get even more FPS, let's take a look. Because this game now has DLSS. Let's enable DLSS quality and see how that will perform. I don't see much of a performance difference. I mean, it was already above 100 FPS, so... Strange. Did it even help? Hold on. So, in this scene right here, we're getting 112 FPS. Let's disable DLSS and see how that will affect the FPS. So we did get a little boost of FPS from DLSS. About 10 to 11 FPS in this particular scene. So yeah, I guess if the performance is not enough for you, then enable it. But to be honest with you, I don't think it is needed. On the 4070 Ti Super, this is plenty fast. I mean, it is so enjoyable to play this game. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, no! Don't do that! Don't do this! No! I did not mean it! It was an accident! I'm out of here. I am out of here. Yeah, so, as I was saying, DLSS is not necessary. Just enjoy this game like this, because it is absolutely beautiful and it's smooth. We are in PUBG 1440p, and I chose to set everything on high, render scale at 100, and check this out. It appears that we are getting well above 250 FPS. So if you are on a 240Hz monitor, then even on the higher preset, you can still unlock the full potential of your monitor. And when you're out and about, still over 200, let's try and set it to Ultra. Yeah, even on Ultra, you're getting well above 200 FPS. And if you're into playing on low, then let's check how that compares to high and Ultra. Yeah, I don't particularly like the image quality right now, but the performance is astronomical. In some places we're getting close to 400 FPS, like 330 right now, 350 over here. Yeah, but I'd much rather have it set to high. You can still enjoy that very high FPS consistently to 40 Hz, and the image quality is nice. We are in Apex Legends. Everything is maxed out at 1440p, and the target performance is 170 FPS. Any other teams around? Oh my god. Alright, so check this out. I have not seen the FPS drop below 170. Oh, actually, as I was saying that just now, I've seen an FPS drop to 158. But still, this is very consistent. Very nice. I wonder if the performance will be the same when we enter the battle. Oh yeah, let's get it. Got one? In conclusion, the RTX 4070 Ti Super is a very powerful graphics card for 1440p gaming. It delivers brilliant performance in competitive titles and great experience in AAA games as well. However, to have a smooth, high FPS experience in the latest AAA games with ray tracing enabled, you still have to use DLSS and Frame Generation technologies. But if 60 FPS is enough for you in such titles, then you don't need to use these technologies to boost performance. And as for this particular MSI model, I would say that it is very good. It stayed cool and quiet throughout the whole time I was gaming on it today. It gets my seal of approval. If you want to buy it, then the link will be in the description below. And also, if you want to see more games, any particular games in future testing, then let me know in the comments. And if there is enough interest in a particular game, then I will add it to the list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then press that like button and subscribe for more if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.